3 people are trapped on a powerless boat near the eye of a hurricane. Huge swells rock the boat and deluge its deck, threatening to sink it. The challenge. The Clearwater Air Team must brave 100-mile-per-hour winds and massive rains to make a daring rescue from a rocking vessel.
Now put the Ready H60 on the line, put the Ready H60 on the line. The vessel Mary Lynn in the vicinity of Dry Tortugas, taking on water, put the Ready H60 on the line.
9 p.m., Air Station Clearwater, Florida. A fishing vessel caught in massive swells and surging winds generated by Hurricane Katrina broadcasts an alert from its emergency position indicating radio beacon. The vessel, called the Mary Lynn, is filling with water. The 3 people on board are preparing to enter their life raft if help doesn't come soon. It's flight mechanic Rob Kane's second day at Clearwater. Rescue swimmer Casey Bolton has been stationed at Clearwater for a year and a half, but he has never deployed in a hurricane anywhere near this strong.
And we'll have to look. There's heavy rain everywhere. I'm not sure about cloud cover. I'm kind of concerned about the computer getting wet if we're in the rain a long time.
Under these conditions, it falls to Mission Commander Craig Masello, backed up by co-pilot Dave Shepard, to determine if a safe rescue can be attempted at all.
You guys catch what category storm this is?
Last I heard it too. What's that mean, 100?
Yeah, 100 miles an hour. The boat started taking on water, I guess about an hour ago, hour and a half ago, and last we heard was it was half underwater.
Just flying in this storm puts the aircrew in danger.
Okay.
See a lot of lightning out there.
Yeah, I see it too.
The lightning is getting bigger and bigger.
Alright, these rains are staying pretty heavy. There's a good chance it could get in the nose compartment and knock out the AFCS computer.
If we lose our computer, we lose altitude all. How far is it? Can you go to like 40 miles?
Yep. Coast Guard 1717 from the 19er on channel 21.
We were in contact with the other vessel in distress. Initially, we were briefed that these people departed to a raft. They're actually all inside the galley of the vessel, Maryland.
No.
From what I understand, the raft is alongside the vessel at this time. Is that correct? That's affirmative. We were down about 500 feet. It's pretty nasty down there.
At this time, they are still on board the vessel, standing by, just waiting as long as they can.
I doubt that we're going to be able to get to them if they're in the center of the hurricane.
Be advised, our ETA has lengthened a bit due to weather and adjustments in our course. Right now, it's probably at 15 mics. I'll copy over.
Working their way through the storm has cost the crew precious time and fuel.
I'll take a look once we get there, but we're not going to have maybe 10 minutes on scene. So if you can get brief of that one chance, and we'll have to go get gas and then come back out.
We're only 10 minutes out at this point. Right now, the brunt of the storm is off our right front, kind of heading more to our right.
As the crew nears the Mary Lynn, pitching seas batter the vessel, causing the unthinkable.
Be advised, the Maryland does not have a life raft. Their life raft has departed. No life raft, no life raft.
Let's get there.
Without a life raft, the 3 people on board have virtually no chance of survival if the boat sinks.
5 miles out, start looking for the light. Into the wind now, and he's off the nose, roll out. He's kind of coming in and out with the rain showers. He's going to be just to the right of 12 o'clock. I've lost him now in the rain, but he's out there.
I got him. I see him.
Roger.
I see him.
That thing's rocking and rolling. I'm looking out, looking straight down a wave, and we're pretty much keeping on it. Yeah, that is not pretty out there.
Yeah, the weather is getting progressively worse where we're at.
I don't think we're going to stand much of a chance of coming to hover out here in these conditions.
The disabled boat is in sight, but the crew must abort the rescue attempt. The 85-mile-an-hour winds make holding a steady hover impossible.
I don't know, we don't have any references out here in the dark. I think waiting another hour, finding a place outside these rain showers to hold for an hour or two would be a much better idea.
Without a raft, the crew of the Mary Lynn must hold on till daybreak. Hurricane Katrina traps a commercial fishing vessel in the Gulf of Mexico. The winds were too strong through the night to attempt to rescue the 3 people aboard. The Clearwater air crew heads out to try again. Now that winds have decreased from 100 miles per hour to just under 60 miles per hour, they hope that a rescue will be possible.
We did get eyes on the vessel in distress, Mary Lynn. That is not pretty out there.
But these winds still buffet the Jayhawk so much that it may not be able to achieve a stable hover.
What we're looking at doing is putting our rescue swimmer down to assist. I'm going to need each of you one at a time to get into the water so we can keep an eye on you and then move our swimmer in.
Got the hot water lines going off here, 0. We got a sky view stop, man. This thing ain't gonna last much longer. Come on.
Looks like about 30 to 40 foot swells, a little bit of foam, and the occasional wave a little higher than that. I'll be keeping an eye out on the left side, let you guys know if there's a rogue wave coming in. The second helicopter in sight, they're about 4 discs off to our left rear, about 50 feet higher.
Given the potential problems this mission poses, another Coast Guard helo joins the rescue operation.
It's a good feeling to know that they're back there to help us out if something goes bad.
What do you think those wave heights?
I think they're at least 25. 25? That boat's 48 feet, and standing on its end, it still wouldn't be as high as those troughs.
Tossed by 40-foot swells, the boat's condition becomes desperate. Water now fills the vessel's engine compartment. The boat could sink at any moment.
Yeah, I don't see any need to try to use a basket out here. I think direct deployment is probably the best approach.
All right, swimmer's ready. Roger. All right, load checks, please. Swimmer's going down.
Maintaining a stable hover is nearly impossible in the prevailing winds.
Swimmer's halfway down. Watching the wave heights. Swimmer's about 20 feet off the water. Hold. Roger. Right. Hold.
During his descent, Casey injures his hand as he swings into the ship's stern.
Back left.
In the stormy weather, just trying to maneuver is becoming increasingly difficult, jeopardizing the rescue swimmer's safety. The rescue team from Clearwater must hurry to recover the Mary Lynn's crew from their disabled boat.
Okay, swimmer's going down. Hold. Okay, swimmer is in the water. Okay.
The survivors must jump into the violent waters. Casey needs to quickly fit the harness around the survivor, while also contending with the rolling swells.
Take the load. Taking the load. Swimmer and survivor out of the water, clear, back in left 30. Roger that. All right, bring it up. Clear, back and left. Get a hold of here. Okay, coming outside the cabin door. Okay, swimmer survivor in the cabin.
Anita Miller is the first hoisted to safety. She's relieved to be aboard the helicopter, but she immediately tells Casey that a crewmate severely burned his hand trying to light a flare during the night. He should be the next person hoisted.
Okay, wait for the swimmer, see how he's doing. Victim.
Big wave coming.
For me, Dave, and we'll try and time it here.
Swimmer's
halfway down.
All right, Craig, this heading right here looks pretty good. Looks like you're just about straight into the wind. It's reading about 45 knots right off the nose.
The weather starts to worsen, increasing the swells. Flight mech Rob Kane must time the hoist so that Casey's entry into the ocean occurs at the crest of the swell. If timed wrong, the helo could drag Casey through the fast-moving water.
Okay, swimmer's holding about 20 feet off the wave. All right, hold. The swimmer's in the water. All right, in the water, survivor is in position. And the... Okay. All right, that line is totally wrapped on the cable.
The boat's life preserver line becomes entangled in the helicopter's hoist cable. The rescue effort is now paralyzed, with Casey and the survivors stranded in the open ocean. The Mary Lynn could sink at any minute and pull the helo down with it.
Those are dead.
biggest waves I've ever seen in my life.
A disabled vessel taking on water rocks atop massive swells off the Florida Keys. The rescue swimmer and a survivor float helplessly in the water because the boat's life preserver line is entangled in the helicopter's hoist cable.
All right, that line is totally wrapped around the cable.
Get on the horn. Have the captain cut
Back
that
and
line.
left.
Cut the line.
Okay, forward and right, 30.
I got him in sight.
Do you have in sight?
No fact.
Okay, we're clear of that line.
Awesome.
A lot of slack in the water. Okay, right 5.
Right.
Hold. Okay, they're halfway up. Control the swing. For aircraft.
Where's the boat at?
Boat is up at 3
Okay.
o'clock.
Cease commands.
Okay, bring one door.
Mark Gutek, captain of the Mary Lynn, finally reaches the safety of the helicopter cabin. Usually the captain would hoist last, but since Mark injured his hand, rescue swimmer Casey brings Mark up early. Casey starts his third rescue, just as winds pick up. Craig struggles to keep the helicopter stable amid the sudden gusts, but Casey still swings wildly, just missing the boat's communications antennas.
Okay, someone's in the water.
The last survivor pulled to safety is Chris White. His rescue ends a terrifying all-night ordeal.
All right, you've got him in the seat now. Nice job, Casey.
Emotionally exhausted, all survivors are finally aboard the helo. Casey must now turn his attention to their physical condition. Mark's hand is severely burned.
At the 6019, recovered the 3 POB from the vessel in distress or en route.
I tell you what, that was the right move. Waiting for daylight.
Yeah, but then I can't even fathom trying to do that in night, Rob.
Oh my Lord,
No way.
Me neither.
I was totally visual the whole time in the water. There was a shark swimming around me. You see that thing? It was only like 2 feet long, but it was there. I was like, damn.
It hit on, bump you.
It was like right up, like hitting us, like a little dogfish or something.
Wow.
Did that other helo make it out here?
Yeah, it was standing by
It was
to
right
back
next
us
to us
up.
the whole time.
They were here to back us up with the whole.
I feel much better when they're hovering right next to us when we're doing something like that. These are definitely some of the worst conditions I've ever seen. Yeah. One of the most miserable, but one of the most rewarding.
That's usually how it goes.
Anita, Mark, and Chris are finally back on solid ground. It has been over 12 hours since they first broadcast their emergency alert.
He's got his finger's pretty good.
What happened to him?
Burnt from a flare.
Where'd you bring him in from?
In the middle of the hurricane.
Really?
Yeah, like right.
I know what happened. Setting a flare off.
Setting a flare off.
Okay. And we're gonna, I guess we'll take you all to the hospital in one ambulance so you can stick together. Can you feel all your fingers and stuff?
Yeah, I can't feel this one.
Can't feel that one? All right. Where
It's right to the bone.
Where exactly did he
You
get
may
cut?
have to go to
No, it doesn't matter.
Capitan.
That's fine.
It's right here. The whole webbing and everything's just peeled back. Enjoy it.
Are you, how's the hand?
It's all right. Just
Mental note, don't put the trail line under it. And, don't tie a trail onto the boat, yeah.
I don't know what the heck we're gonna do. I mean, that thing was just wrapping around the cable.
yeah. If you
Luckily, the guy did a good job.
maybe if you would have like just hoisted it real slowly, I could have cut it if I got to it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you lost that hook
Yeah.
with it tied to the boat
Yeah.
and
You know, luckily there was another guy in the boat, but even if there was nobody, I mean, a couple more things, and that could have been averted at that time.
Yeah.
It's your second night on duty here?
Second night.
Man, starting the trend.
Nice.
The vessel, the Mary Lynn, was never found.